Hello, everyone, and welcome to our weekly event. It's Wednesday, 18th of July, and it's a hot, hot summer here in UK. Hopefully, where you are, you have beautiful weather as well. My name is Greta, and I will tell you a little bit about my story, how I basically firstly got onto the products, which we call magic beans. So it's safe for me to say that I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I do a little bit of research when I try a new product, but mainly I just go by what my close friends or family say. If it helped them, then I will check it out, and that's what happened to me. Over a year ago now, I had my beautiful friend Bella, who's on the call today as well. We met for lunch. She told me a little bit about her story, and all I could think about is, oh my God, I just want your glowing skin and your thick eyelashes, because I really felt like I needed that. But it completely blew me away with what I was experiencing after being on the product for only 2 weeks. So 2 weeks in, so just to kind of like go back a little bit, now the constant things that I was always complaining was stress and anxiety, lack of sleep. I was always bloated, constipated. I felt a little bit swollen, and I also had skin issues such as boils and eczema, which is obviously best friend of everybody in UK. So after being on the magic beans for only 2 weeks, I was shitting for the nation, number one, and comfortably, thank you. But I was also feeling very energetic. My sleep was becoming much, much better. So obviously experiencing that just 2 weeks in felt absolutely amazing. And now it's been over a year for me, and I can comfortably say that I feel like a completely different person. I'm no longer swollen. I digest food much better. Not only I digest food much better, but I also have a higher awareness of what I'm putting inside my body. Also, I handle anxiety and stress much better, because before I would get really easily stressed and depressed even. So I can say that's also a very, very good thing. And another main thing that I was suffering from were boils, mainly on my legs, I think shins you call them. Now, I didn't notice any difference at the beginning. Definitely didn't notice much of a difference after 4 months. But I started noticing the difference after 6 months, and even more so going forward. And what was happening now, boils are an infection of your hair follicle. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And so what happened was that I kept on picking my one boil that I had, because I thought it was an ingrown hair, and it got infected, and boils, they can spread. So that's what happened to it. It just started spreading. I had one behind my ear. It started spreading on the other leg. And it's just basically when I would pick, I would move on to another leg, and I just basically made a hot mess on my body. And they just kept on spreading. So I went doctors. They kept on prescribing me creams. You need to dry them. You need to, or leave them alone. Don't pick them, etc., etc. Nothing was helping. And getting on the magic beans, I've noticed that it really, and they kept on getting inflamed. So what really helped with being on the magic beans is that it helped reduce them, and they no longer spread. So since being on the magic beans, I have not had a single new boil on my leg, which for me, I'm still, in my late 20s. I want to wear skirts, I want to wear dresses, and I don't want to hide my legs underneath jeans. Now I wear skirts and dresses and shorts, and I'm comfortably walking down the street without having people look down at my legs thinking, oh, what's that? Because every time I would go on a holiday, they'd be like, oh, did you fall? And I'm like, no, I just picked my boils. So that's super great. So increased my confidence as well, which obviously helps with a lot of things as well. So that's kind of like in summary from what I experienced being on the magic beans. And we like to call them magic beans because they're magic and they help people with different things. So that's my story. So if you're wondering what is this magic bean, I'm going to pass you over to Renata, who will be able to explain a little bit more about what is what it is.
Thanks, Greta. Magic beans. We're talking about magic beans, but I thought I want to talk a little bit more about a lifestyle and the well-being and how we live and how we should live, because I think this is such an amazing and important part in our lives. And the way I got into this business and got into magic beans was more about the program and what it gives us and what it teaches us. And I'm such a sharer. I learned that I am a sharer, and I want to share information, skills, and everything with everyone. And the program what we have, which was created by Kira, he was in MasterChef finalist, who is a nutritionist, health coach, and lifestyle coach altogether. She created this program, which I couldn't afford at all, because everything I learned as a health coach, it actually ticks all boxes. It teaches you how to create delicious, nutritious food. It teaches you how to be grateful. It teaches you how to balance your mind, body, and soul all together, and gives you a lifestyle program. It teaches you when you have to, if you need to lose some weight, if you need to shed a couple of kilos, how to do that healthily, not without any kind of deprivation. And it gives you all of these things what you need for life. And it has an adds-on, which is the magic beans, what Greta was talking about. The magic beans, which is a live whole food formula. It's a nutritional supplement which gives you everything what your body needs, all the nutrients on cellular level. These magic beans, here you go, the colorful magic beans. We have fruits, vegetables, and berries. And literally, these are 30 different fruits and vegetables and berries, nothing else. Completely cover everything what your immune system needs to get strength on your cellular level. Straight after you take them, within 20 minutes, they are in your bloodstream, and they give you the energy, they give you the food for your life and for your liveness of your body. These amazing magic beans, Juice Plus. Let's call them now Juice Plus, not magic beans. These amazing caps help me every single day, give me the energy what I always needed in my life. Even though I had healthy food, I had the healthy diet, and I exercised, and I did gratitude, and I did everything what I wanted. Now I have the energy to keep going. Now I have the strong hair, the amazing strong nails, and an immune system which helped me to get rid of HPV within 6 months. Apart from these lovely, amazing caps which we grown up takes, my son takes the version which are these lovely chewables, and I can show you a couple of them. But the risk is with them. When I open it and I take one out, I usually have them. But now I'm trying to be really nice and I'll put them back because my son needs them. These chewables come free with all of these caps for children because the company has a heart and the company cares about us. There's a third version as well, which I almost forgot. This is my favorite one, the berry chewables. And these are the ones which are the special ones, and I always get it for my son because I think the antioxidants, what it gives the body, is what we need. The Children Health Study is a study which the company looks at all the children's health, how these magic beans, magic chewables help children to get better diet. They crave better, they crave healthier food, they crave less unhealthy food, they get better immune system, better concentration. They look into all of these and they gather into the Children Health Study. My favorite, my absolute favorite, these omegas. These vegan omegas, plant-based, everything what I'm talking about, sorry, I forgot a really important information. Plant-based, vegan, gluten-free, and non-GMO, everything. What we can talk about, it's us. These omegas have 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. Plant-based omegas, nothing to do with the fish. Everything comes from plant-based sources, And the omegas are so important for you because these essential oils basically covers your nervous system, and your nervous system doesn't get shaky. Your nervous system gets strong, and you can concentrate. It helps your brain to function. It helps your heart to get strengthened, and it helps to have like a pretty skin, which you can't see right now because it's getting a bit darker outside. These omegas are essential in our body. Omega-3 and 6, our bodies don't produce. So we definitely need to take them from an outside external source. So these are the omegas. My absolute go-to. My mom always, every single month, messages me and say, "Come on, get me my omegas because I'm running out of them." And I said, "Yeah, don't worry. You've got 4 months supply. You don't need to take more of them." And I started giving them to my son. I can't get any result. I can't really say any result yet, but within a week, I think I'm going to come back with the result now because he's been on them for a month, just one a day. And here you go. Every mom's go to it. Like, I'm a busy mom, so I rush out from the house every single morning, and I need something which can help me, which can give me that push to run. These complete plant-based protein powder have everything what you need for a meal. They have the protein, they have the carbs, they have the fat, they have everything in them what you need for a complete meal. They've got chocolate, and they have, I don't know if you can't see that, but vanilla is the other flavor. Every single morning I live with and on them, and they give me and my digestive system the cover what I need to function properly. These are the ones which help me to get rid of all the bad bacteria from my body, and they keep me on the go every single day. So these are the ones, anyone, and every product I showed you, everyone can have them who can eat fruit and vegetables. So pregnancy or nursing, there's no exclusion. Everyone can have our product. And I think one of my friends who used to be with us, she produced, no, it's not even one, 2 of them produce now healthy, juicy babies, strong ones, and they are absolutely amazing. So everyone and anyone can have them. And if you want to know more about the products, just go back to the person you brought into this link, and ask for more information if you want to know more. Now we're gonna go and hear a lovely lady's stories, Ivy, who's gonna tell a bit more what happened to her and how this magic bean came to her life.
Thanks, Renata. So I'm actually going to share about my dad, what's going on with him, because this is like an absolutely amazing testimony, in my opinion, far greater than my health issues. He's 66 years old, and he's been diagnosed with Parkinson's and diabetes for quite a few years. And back in December, he started
having a lot more issues. And then in May, he started going into the hospital every 2 weeks, and he just kept going in. They let him out, he went back in. Every time he saw a new doctor, they were giving him new diagnoses. They said Lewy body dementia, they said PSP, which I don't even know what that stands for, but then they kept changing his medicine and just throwing a whole bunch of stuff at him. And he just progressively kept getting worse. And it got to the point he had such a severe seizure, he ended up in the ICU, and the doctors said his health was declining so bad that if you don't get a feeding tube into his stomach, he's going to be gone in 6 months. So after a lot of discussion,
we were able to, his oldest daughter is my stepsister, and she's power of attorney, so she's the one that makes all the choices in his care when he can't. And she finally agreed to let me get the Juice Plus into him. And so we started him on a Thursday, and I got a text message from her the following Tuesday with a video, and she said, "Dad is doing so much better. He's improving. I think your magic is working. And I got that text and I just started bawling. And I was like, all right, let's get him his own order, because I had given him my own personal stash just as like a test, because when he went into that neuro ICU, they told us just throw him on hospice and let his life end. Just be done with him. The doctors didn't want to help. So we needed to do something. And now he's been on this for 2 weeks. They told us he was going to be dead within 3 to 14 days if we didn't get a feeding tube into him. He is now sitting up on his own at the kitchen table at the adult foster care. I can't even talk right now. I'm sorry. The adult foster care home that's taking care of him. He's sitting up at the table. I walked in yesterday to see him. He initiated conversation with me. He was asking me lots of questions. His memory is doing good. And there's just so many crazy things that's going right. And the husband and wife that are taking care of him, they said that this is the best he's been in the 2 months that they have had him at their house. And they said the only thing that we can credit this to is the stuff that you're giving him. And it just floors me that how much just fruits and vegetables, berries, omegas, that's what we're giving him. And he's improving. The doctor said he would be dead in 2 weeks. So we are beside ourselves happy. He goes in every week for tests and everything. And his oldest daughter, she goes, I can't wait to find out the results of the test. I can't wait until he gets another CAT scan to see what the omegas are doing to his brain. She's just like so thrilled. And it's amazing. I could go on for like 3 hours, so I'm going to shut up right now before I keep rambling. But his testimony is awesome. So, and I don't even remember who I'm passing on to. I'm sorry.
Oh, Ivy, that was amazing. I think I can't even think either now. I think we're going to talk about business now.
That'll be
so. Are you going, Sheila?
How do you follow that? I mean,
right.
It's just amazing. So, Ivy, thank you for sharing that. I don't think there's a dry eye in the house, actually. I'm here to talk about business. Actually, I'm here to talk about how we can affect people's lives, like we just heard. And there's 3 things we can do. First of all, we use the products ourselves. And then we share the results, just like Ivy's just done now. Sorry, and I want to say it's a bit like going out for the evening and having a great meal and telling people, fantastic, how wonderful it is. But it's so much more than that. It's about sharing the product and about how it's changing people's lives, how it's giving people their lives back. And that's not selling, that's sharing solutions to problems, that's giving a gift to people that can make so much difference in their lives and the lives of their families. You've heard the stories to now, you've heard how Just Plus has helped. Everybody who's invited on this call or is given this link has been given it because the person that gave it to them cares about them and wants to see changes in their lives. I think that these magic beans of ours can do fantastic, wonderful things for them and make their lives so much better. Some will listen, some won't. Some will decide to buy and will see those changes in their lives. And some, when they've done that, will decide they want to get into the business as well and spend all their spare time sharing these products with people and having an impact on other people's lives. So that's two things we do. We use the products, we share the results. The third thing we do is we teach other people to do what we do. So we teach other people how to do a call like this. We teach other people how to share their story, how to talk about the products in a way that people can understand. And we teach you how to do it in a sensitive way. And this group is just an amazing group of people. Each one of us that's on this call was introduced by someone else. I was introduced to Juice Plus by a lady called Sharon Anyos, who I met in Thailand on an internet business course. We didn't know each other, but we got talking. And very quickly, Sharon demonstrated to me by the time and interest that she took in me, that she cared about me. And she cared about what was happening in my life with some of my health problems. And she offered Juice Plus as a possible solution. It might improve things, and it has. And I'm having some great results. My family is having some great results. My daughter is having some great results. And I'm now sharing it with other people. And Sharon was brought into the business by a lady called Anna. Anna was brought into the business by Adam, who's Kira's husband, who Kira just mentioned earlier. And that happens again and again throughout the industry, throughout the business. People share the opportunity, they share the results, they share with people. It's all about sharing. And you hear the story repeated again and again, and all the people speaking tonight are connected in some way through Adam. And we aren't necessarily in each other's businesses, but we're all connected in some way. And we're all connected because actually this group of people, some of we've never met and may never ever meet, we all care about each other and love each other, and we want to see the best in each other, and we want to see each other succeed, and we want to see each other's health improve. And we're here together for each other, and all I can say is that if that sort of environment is the sort of thing that floats your boat, then you really ought to get involved, because it's a fantastic opportunity. The products are fantastic, the community is fantastic, and why wouldn't you? I'm going to leave it there, and I'm passing on to, I have absolutely no idea either. So whoever is going to talk, please speak up. Thanks very much.
Hi, I think we're passing on to Dee.
Yeah, Sheila, you were awesome. Oh my goodness. Since Ivy brought the house down, and Sheila has told us how much this, so many others, I don't know what to say. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about, I guess, how we get paid. Can y'all hear me okay? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to let you know first, my hands are literally still shaking. So this is going to be a trip. I want to address first what everybody says about this company, all the great things we've just heard. In the end, once anybody, not anybody, but many people, the first thing they say is, that's all great, but I know it's one of those things. It's got to be a pyramid. So let's discuss pyramid. That is a real thing. Pyramids, can we see this? Okay, the pyramid structure, that's true. It exists in a lot of businesses all through America. Our government, the armed forces, mostly everybody's traditional job, Even if you had your own business, it's still a pyramid because you're just at the top, but everybody else is still at the bottom. The actual pyramid scheme was banned in the 70s, but the structure is still alive today. And when I worked in the corporate world, I worked for a company which is now called AT&T. I started at the bottom, which everybody does. I was just, technically, I wasn't even at the bottom. That's how big this company is. But let's say I'm at the bottom. So I was in customer service, which is almost the bottom in my office. And quickly, though, I mean, dealing with people is my jam. So quickly, I had an opportunity to move up. You know, I was on special projects, the thing we now know as voicemail. I helped perfect that. So that's probably why the voice used to be really funny, because I used to be at one point. So anyway, and I met with all the people, even like the big people at the top. They would be on the golf course, you know, talking blah, blah, blah. It was like a big deal, right? But the one thing I noticed that happened as I moved up, it became like cutthroat. You know, it was just like you're taught in school. You know how they groom you to be in business. You know, it's fierce competition, and you have to be ready for this and ready for that. It was cutthroat. It made absolutely no sense. And I'm quite ill. At the time, I was also really ill. And there was a guy I worked with from high school, known him for years when we were kids. Our school was one of the top in our state and in the country. So, I mean, we knew our stuff, right? But it didn't matter. Once we started getting, you know, in here, I got sick one time, had to get off work, came back. He had took my job. You know, he had told them, she's sick all the time. You know, she's always going to be sick. If you want somebody to go state to state, I'm your guy. And I was gone, just like that. Didn't matter how fast I rose. Didn't matter, you know, all those people at the top, they didn't care. It was the bottom line. So I was out. And our company is so the opposite. We are more like this box here. No top, no pyramid shape, no nothing. Still, I started at the bottom. Still did. But everybody does. Everybody did. We all start out as dealers, every single person. But like for me, I joined, again, because I was sick, and to get my product free. So I had truly no intention other than going, let's say like to here. That was like all I wanted to do, just get my product cheaper. Then I learned you can get that free. I said, oh, okay, let's do that. So I went a little higher. Then while I was doing that, you know, I got to know like people like this and all that. I was like, you know, this is really cool. Then I learned to more of the business and how quickly I rose. Like in 2 months, you know, I had 2 bonuses, paid for my product, my family's product actually for the year. So I was like, oh, heck, let's go all the way. So that's where I'm going. For the U.S., the top position is NMD, National Marketing Director. I think for like UK, they got PMD, you know. It's just better shit than ours, but it's all the same. It's way up there. So my main reason, though, for doing this, again, I couldn't work a traditional job. And I started Juice Plus because I was really sick. So my reason for going to the top, not only because it's a great company and I saw we are not cutthroat like this. These are people I want to work with. I want to help other people like myself, especially those that got put out the workforce. But when you get to the top, we have benefits such as free healthcare for everybody. It doesn't matter like how sick you are. They're not going to fire me for missing a week of work. It's my business. I can miss a week of work. But when I get to the top, there will be free health care. So for me, being in the U.S., I know you guys are a little different. I still have health care here because I had a job, so I had some health care, but it's not 100%. I have Crohn's, colitis, fibromyalgia. I now have no colon, and I'm getting in a light so you can see. I have no teeth. I have 5 teeth left, I think, at the top. And that's because I couldn't afford the medication because this country just doesn't offer it in that way. I couldn't afford the medication. My son was diagnosed with juvenile RA at age 9, and I couldn't help him. I have a son that was born with a foot deformity, and we started his surgeries, but we couldn't afford the thousands of dollars. He'll never walk properly again. All these reasons is the reason for me going to the top. This product will be on for life. For life. It's just that amazing. So why not get it free? And the benefits are outstanding, so I will definitely be doing this for life. And I am now going to pass it, I think, to Bella so she can explain to you how we get paid.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Dee Dee. That was another emotional moment. So I'm just going to take a deep breath and refocus. So the shares tonight are pretty amazing. So as you've heard, it's an awesome business. We have an amazing online support community. So everyone on this call, I am lucky enough to now call friends, even though many I haven't met in person. Some I have. And yeah, we just share, and we're very lucky that what we do is we get paid 3 ways. So I don't know how many other businesses out there you get paid more than one way, but we literally introduce the product to somebody, and for every order that we put through our virtual office, that, by the way, to buy our own virtual franchise, which you get your very own virtual office and a website that's done for you, we invest a whole £50 in the UK, and I think it's $50 in the US, and it's 165 Aussie dollars in Australia. So it's literally minimum investment, and for every order we get a retail profit. I don't know if you can see that, but on top of that, we also make commissions as we bring on teamies, etc. Your commissions get better, and we also get bonuses. So how many of you get bonuses in your job? Because I know that for many years I worked like a donkey, and I got paid bonuses twice. So and I've been in the workforce for over 20 years now. So at Juice Plus, our company loves to share its profits with those that work hard. So although it's your very own business, you work as quickly or as slowly as you want to. If you just want to get your own products for free, that's absolutely fine. But if you want to get to the top and make this a massive business, then you're free to go for it, and you put your hand up and you get all the help and support that you want. But nobody's going to force you to do anything. Nobody's going to give you targets that you have to hit. There are incentives for those who want to, and that's where the bonuses come in. So if you want to go for your promotions and your bonuses, they're there for those who want them. But nobody has to do it. It's completely your very own business, and you work however you want to. So the first promotion that we get a bonus on in the UK is when we go for Senior Direct Distributor, which is the second promotion up, and you get a £300 bonus. Okay. The next one after that is when we go for Sales Coordinator, which is the next one, and that is a £900 bonus. Okay. And then it starts to double up, and the next one is Senior Sales Coordinator, and we get £1,800. Excuse Hayes, he wants to get involved. And then we go double again for Qualifying National Marketing Director, and that's £3,600. Now, we've got several more promotions in between, all of which bring a bonus in as well, and you can see the doubling, so that's not bad. But at the top for our PMD, which is the Presidential Marketing Director, are you ready? We have a massive £28,800. And that is your bonus. So have a little think. If you're getting that as a bonus, what do you think your monthly income is going to be? Okay, now just to put that in perspective, because I'm sure everybody can understand that £28,800 is a huge amount of money, but the national average annual salary in the UK is around about £27,000. So that's your bonuses alone. So it's pretty awesome. You don't have to go for them, but it's on the table if you want it. So I'm now going to tell you a little bit about how Juice Plus came into my life. And I've now been in the business for a year and almost a half. I came across the products a bit longer than that. So I unfortunately suffered for several years with lots and lots of different symptoms. The list is about that long. I don't even remember half of them anymore. But generally, I was stiff all over my body. I had aches and pains everywhere. I got to a point where gradually it got so bad, I couldn't hold a mug of coffee with one hand. I couldn't chop vegetables properly because it was really painful because my fingers were in so much pain. And eventually I discovered that my eyelashes were balding. It turns out that after many, many trips to the doctors, I was diagnosed with having gone through early menopause, which was a huge devastation for me because I'd always wanted kids and I thought I still had time. But it wasn't meant for me, so that's separate. But I didn't want to go on HRT, and the doctors wanted to put me on it straight away, and I refused. And I wanted to find a natural route. And by pure luck, a friend of mine that I used to work with many years ago over in Australia was posting about her magic beans. So I got in touch and she told me fruit, veg and berries. And I thought, do you know what? I'm falling apart. I literally don't know what to do because I felt like a decrepit old 85-year-old and I was only 40 at the time. So it didn't feel right. Anyway, I started taking them, and within 4 months, I didn't think they were doing anything until I realized my eyelashes were growing back. And then I looked back and I realized that I wasn't stiff anymore. I didn't have any aches and pains, not my shoulders, not my hips, not my back. And my fingers had started to improve. They were still painful, but they were getting better. It took about 8 months for my fingers to be completely pain-free. And I had insomnia due to anxiety. There's a whole host of horrific menopause symptoms that I knew nothing about because I only knew about hot flushes. And I love being hot. So I didn't notice that I was having any if I was having them. I do get them every now and then now. But the complete powders have completely revolutionized that for me. If I stop taking them, I start getting them back. Then it takes me about a month of taking them every day again before they stop. So last night I had 0 night sweats again because I've been taking them for at least a month since I had my last blip. So I've had about 3 times that I've done it, and every single time it's the same. So I know they work. Anyhow, when my eyelashes grew back, I couldn't believe it, and I danced around my house. I was out of a job. I'd been applying for jobs all day, every day, online, and getting nowhere fast. And I finally watched the link that my beautiful friend had sent me, and the stories that I saw there blew my mind. And I thought, you know what? After what I felt myself with all the changes, how can I keep it to myself? And I felt I had to shout it from the rooftops. My idea was never to become PMD, but I just felt I had to save the whole world. And I'm still not on HRT. It's been 2 years, it will be in October. I feel better than I have in a long, long time. The lines on my eyes are less deep. I feel like I'm looking younger. My hair's getting thicker. It's heavy again. It was getting really flimsy and crap, but I've realized these last month that it's actually getting really heavy and thick again, which I'm really happy about. And yeah, I can't tell you. So I took on the business, and I was really lucky because I've got some fabulous friends that trust me. And so the beautiful Greta, that's the host, joined me, along with my wonderful Jackie, who's usually on the call, but she couldn't make it tonight. She joined me straight away, and my beautiful sister has joined me, and they've each brought more people on, and so my business is growing and growing. And I literally do this in spare moments because I have a very busy full-time job. I did get a job eventually, by the way. And my business is growing, and I've made it to SC, and I never believed that I would even hit SDD. So, you know, it can happen for everybody. And all I do is, you know, when people are suffering and they mention stuff, I say, do you know what? This is what it's done for me. If it helps you, try it. If not, then no problem. And lots of people don't, but a few people go, do you know what? Sign me up the same way I did. And it's the best thing that I've ever done. And now my plan is to, age 45, retire to work from the beach on my phone, helping people to change their lives. So yeah, that's me. So over to you, Greta.
That was amazing. I think everyone was super amazing. Ivy, thank you so much for sharing your dad's story. I think it's always really difficult to speak for somebody else as well, and it's a huge thing. You know, it's private and it's your family. So thank you for sharing that with us. And Didi, I mean, everyone, so nice to see you guys. And I think just to wrap things up, I'm going to say, if you resonated with something that one of us had shared tonight, definitely reach out to the person who sent you the link to, you know, if you're a bit more inquisitive, you could ask a bit more questions. And if you're ready to go, absolutely join us, and we get to see each other and help each other along the way. And it's that simple. So I'm going to say good night, and thank you for joining us.